Hello everybody and welcome back to FTB Neotech. How's you guys' day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below. So last episode we got oil drilling set up and we got automation up and running. So now that we have automation with AE, we can just pretty much set up everything to craft. This guy we're having currently a slight issue though. Right now, the only way we're powering our ME system is using these HV steam turbines down here, but the issue is we're not producing enough steam, and I don't have room to be putting down even more steam boilers, so I think it's time we start upgrading from steam to fuel. And that's where we're going to be working with... Why are these guys invisible again? Every time I start, these guys are invisible. I did expand it up to have about... How many are these here now? Six crafting units, so we can at least have more recipes. And I did upgrade these guys here to the extended version of the pattern providers and molecular assemblers. They all got speed upgrades, I believe. And to be honest, I don't even know if we need like the full length, because look at all the space we have in here. We'll definitely probably continue out the whole length of like the 32 on this channel, but oh wait, because this is a 64 channel cable, we might be able to go even longer if we wanted to, but I don't think we necessarily need to. So things that I've done since last episode is I've built a new room up here. I got myself some coke ovens built. These are the more advanced versions. These guys run off of steam and it turns coal into coke coal very fast. As you can see, it does it fairly quick, and it also produces creosote oil because we're actually out of creosote oil and we needed that for lubricant. So that's being made up there right now. Another thing is on the roof here, I did say I want to set up a load of condensers and stuff. So that's what I've done. So anything we kind of need in large quantities all the time, I've set up here. So we like got all our different type of drills, some other random stuff we got wanting to be crafted all the time. So these stats all good and ready to go. And then we've got a few left here to put in extra stuff if we need them. So essentially like the next tier drill, which will be the titanium drill. That will be the next one we set up the EMC, but we are going to have to get into all this stuff here, which we almost can. We're just missing the polyvinyl chloride. So that's what we're going to be making today. So down here in this room, this is where we're going to be doing oil processing. I've already got myself my P2P access up here, and this is where we're going to be setting up the new distillation towers. We also, because last episode, even with the oil drilling, we have this small setup over here, which is distilling the shale oil into sulfuric crude. That is being reacted with hydrogen somewhere, turning it into regular crude oil, and then that's being distilled into light sulfuric fuel, and then that's being cleaned and then steam cracked, and then that's being distilled to make something else. And that was all used to make the polyethylene. And actually, we've got quite a bit of this right now, 10k polyethylene, so that's really good. But we need the next stuff, which is polyvinyl chloride. So we're going to be tearing this down after we've gotten ourselves our new distillation towers up and running. So let's set these up here. So the first one we want is to run the shale oil that we're getting. So that is only 3 different fluids going to come out of it. So in here, we want to change the shape of it to 3. And if we hold our wrench, you'll be able to see the multi-block structure. So we need to get ourselves clean casing, clean pipe casing and all that. Should be easy enough. And the only thing is our reach of our crafting station is not great. I can only reach it on this floor because I have to take out all the booster upgrades I had in there, or the thing will just die from no power. We're also going to need some fluid output hatches and some fluid input hatches. And where's the fluid input? I guess I only have the one. I'll make more now in a moment. But this then is just clean stainless steel all the way around. And then it's just pipe casing all the way up. So we want a 3 tall, so up to here. And if we hold our wrench, is that correct? Yes. So now, if we hold ourselves the fluid input and fluid output, you can see the fluid output can go on any of the blocks on above the bottom layer, and then the input goes on the bottom layer here. So if we say input hatch here, and then say another input hatch, which is just crafting the output into an input, okay? And then right here, we have the 3 outputs, okay? And then we can just say advanced fluid output will just go up the side right here. And now it's more or less ready. So we just grab exporters and importers. I'm not really too picky about worrying about channels anymore. So I'm just going to make a bunch of these. So we want to export and then just import everything here. And also, between last episode, I did make myself up a ton of these flight potions. I do want to get the gravity chest plate at some point, but that's still going to be a good while away. So I just want to put a cable anchor here because we don't want the cable here connecting behind the wall. And then we'll just run the cable down the length of the wall here. All right, and then in here, we just want to put the shale oil. So shale oil in here with exporter, done. Now, the only other thing is this guy's going to require power to run. And I was mentioning last episode how I miss Flux networks for wireless power. In the comments, you actually told me about the quantum entangler. I completely forgot about this thing. Yeah, we can have wireless power using that. And it's actually not that expensive because I've already made myself 4 of them. So if we wanted to, over here somewhere, or maybe even downstairs where the main source of power is being generated, down here, we can have ourselves a quantum entangler connected right here. And we'll just set up this one to mains power. So we'll create that. It's public network. And we just want to configure everything. So just power is input. And we can see that we're at 23 million FE. That's how much power was inside the cables. Now, I don't know if that's going to draw all the... Yeah, it's drawing all the power into the quantum entangler and instead of the ME controller. That's the only downside of that, but it has to be done right now. We'll fix it now in a bit. Actually, I have to remove it right now because I completely forgot I need to take out the HV at power input. So you are just going to disable input on all sides. So the power will just power everything in here for now. Yep. And you have a little bit of power. So there should be enough in here just to get this thing to work for a little bit. So with that, then we can say down here will be our HV energy input, quantum entangler, and we'll set this to mains power, and we'll configure all of the sides, and we'll say energy. The front should be this port right here, and if we connect our cable, does the cable get power? Oh, I probably need to turn on auto eject or something. Yes, there we go. And now our distillation tower should have power, and it should be also working. Yes. So that should be distilling our shale oil down into our helium, sulfuric crude oil, and sulfuric naphtha. Now, they don't have a cell to go into, so we're going to have to set up a fluid cell for them. But yeah, that's essentially it. So this guy has a cell, so we just want for sulfuric naphtha and helium. So sulfuric naphtha and then the helium. Don't know if helium is actually going to be used for anything, but we'll make it anyway. And I have an elevator in the floor somewhere here to allow me to go down. Yep. As you can see, I've got all my drives set up down here nice and tidy. So they will go in there, and if we look into them, you can see they're starting to fill, which is good. So with that now, we should have everything going in. So the next step then is to start actually like turning the crude oil that we're going to be now getting into the actual like fluids and stuff. But it's actually mainly the sulfuric naphtha is what we're looking for. So we need a chemical reactor with sulfuric naphtha. So actually, maybe we should do that here. So what we can do is chemical reactor. We're probably going to need a few of these, but chemical reactor will go here. You will export out the hydrogen and sulfuric naphtha. So that will create this. And then the power cable will go here. Okay, so you should be mixing with all that. Are you? Yes, it is. Okay, it's working. It might just need a slight bit of an upgrade with some advanced hulls and stuff, but it is working right now. So this naphtha will then come out and go into another distillery, right? Oh no, yeah, we need to steam crack it. So we'll pump this along into another chemical reactor. So we'll have this auto eject out the right, like so. And sulfuric acid should go into system, but I don't think it will, or the naphtha won't because that doesn't have a cell. The sulfuric acid should. Once it boots. Yep, there it went in. So export out the top. Now we want to turn the sulfuric naphtha that we got, or like the naphtha we got, into steam cracked. So that's like that. So we want to bookmark the 2 of those. Put those ingredients in and connect it up. And now if we look in here, we should be getting everything. Oh yeah, it won't get the naphtha because we don't have to sell for it. Yep, and this is the issue we're having right now. The network is just not getting enough power. So that's a bit of a problem. All right, so the naphtha went into the system and it's in here right now, but it doesn't have any power. So we'll just hook up the power cable here. All right, and now with that steam cracked, we need to set it up in the biggest distillation tower that we will require, which is 8 tall. So distillation tower, bunch of all this. And we're going to set this up right here. So distillation tower, we want this guy to be a size of 8. Hopefully that's enough things. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the entire height of the room. Yeah. Right, so in the back, HV energy input, run that across. And then right here, we'll have fluid input, and then all the fluid outputs. All right, so export out in here is going to be the steam cracked naphtha. So output U, and then everything here then is input. All right, so that should be working now once it starts exporting it out. Right? Oh yeah, it doesn't have a place to go, so we're going to have to set up another cell for that. So auto eject out. Yep, let's go set up another fluid cell. All right, he is turned online, and now we just need to make sure we have a cell for every single one of the outputs, which I know we definitely don't have. So let's clear our bookmark the ones that need it. So methane, acetylene, we have ethylene, propene, butadiene, I think we have, benzene we have, toluene we don't, which is actually a new material we will need now soon, and ethylbenzene I don't think we have. So we need 5 more cells. And in they go. We should see them come in, right? Has it not produced any yet? Does it take a long time? No, it should have done it by now. Oh, well, they all are empty. So if we come downstairs, can we see the fluids? If we just change this just to fluids to view. Methane, toluene. Okay, yeah, so it is going in the system. Good. All right, so that's almost all of it then. So the next step then is to set up more chemical reactors. So we're going to need to purify the crude oil that's coming out. What is the helium actually used for? Ah, control rods and stuff. We're going to need those for the nuclear reactor, which I thought we didn't have to do, but it looks like we might need to. Because one of the outputs, I think, from the nuclear reactor is needed for making ourselves the quantum, like, star. Or at least the quantum singularity. Iridium, lead, tungsten, or maybe not. Quantum circuit, qubit, cryofluid, tritium. I think it was needed for something. I can't necessarily remember. But I do remember seeing it needed for a circuit in here somewhere. Nukes. Oh, it might be just plutonium. Yeah, because I think you can only get that from centrifuging out the depleted fuel rods. That's it. Okay. Yeah, that's still going to be a good while away, but we'll definitely do that. Probably in the mountain over there, because I do not want to do it near a base in case we have a catastrophic failure. Right. Crude oil this time. 2 more chemical reactors. All right, so the third distillation tower we're going to be putting in is for the crude oil. So 3 tall, fill in the base, and then 1, 2, 3. All right, and that should be all of the distillation towers we more or less need. So what's going to happen now is this guy's going to be making us, from the crude oil, sulfuric light fuel, sulfuric heavy fuel, and sulfuric naphtha. We already have sulfuric naphtha sorted out. But these two right here, heavy fuel and light fuel, once we turn those into the regular ones, we're going to throw those in a mixer to make ourselves diesel. And that diesel, we're going to run through a diesel generator, and that's how we're going to be powering our base from now on. Because it's just the steam boilers is not enough. So a large steam diesel generator will produce up to 16,000 EU per tick. Right now, our current steam turbines, the HV version, is only producing 512. So this will be a huge step up to our power production. So let's get that up and running. So advanced fluid export and import, and then all the buses and stuff. All right, so in here it's going to be crude oil, and then just import everything. How much power we still got left? Oh, we got plenty. Is this guy running? He is. Nice. But right now, that's just currently using all the crude oil that's currently in the system. We need to make more. And that is being done down below, but we're going to be moving that setup up here. So you're making naphtha, you're making steam crack naphtha, you are going to be making the crude oil. So in here, we need these 2 items. So hydrogen and sulfuric crude oil. In here, then, we're going to be making ourselves our light fuel. So we need hydrogen and sulfuric light fuel. And then the one up here is going to be making us our heavy fuel. So same thing, it's just heavy fuel instead of light fuel. And there we go. And I have 1 extra here. We probably will need it, but right now we don't. Or I could make this one the mixer. I might actually make that one the mixer. Hang on. I don't know if we need another chemical reactor. I think we have enough here. So if that's the case, then we want ourselves our fuel. So that's going to be heavy fuel and light fuel. And this will be mixed in here to make diesel. And then that will auto-eject down into the system. Do that for the rest of these guys too. All right, and last but not least, provide them all with power. But first of all, we need to set up 2 new cells for the light fuel and stuff. Wait, how has this not produced anything yet? Crude oil. Oh, do I already have cells for all of this? Oh, I didn't know that. So which one of these guys should be working then? Hydrogen, sulfuric crude, hydrogen, light fuel. I guess it's still all being pumped in down here. So let's remove all these multi-blocks since they are no longer needed. We'll be able to put up different machinery settings up here. So light fuel, nope, we don't need any of this anymore. What are you doing right now? Ethyl benzene, iron to make styrene. We'll set up all those upstairs. What are you doing right now? Styrene butane? Okay. Yeah, everything here will be moved upstairs. Oh yeah, now that we got a ton of upgrades, let's actually speed up all this stuff. All right, hopefully we will be able to keep up with our shale oil production. If not, we're going to have to set up more of these oil drills, probably down where our tree farm is. Maybe clear out some space over down there. But for now, this should be fully working. So back to what we were doing with the other fuels. Have we made any diesel yet? We got ourselves light fuel in here. No diesel. Anything caught up inside here? Nope. So let's actually see, what do we need to do to make ourselves our diesel generator? So the large diesel generator is all titanium parts. Should be simple enough. Oh wait, no. We need all the large advanced stuff. Okay. So I guess first things first then is we need to get ourselves cadmium. And cadmium is centrifuging monazite. We have plenty of monazite here. We have 64,000 of it. So centrifuge. Is monazite used for anything else other than centrifuging? No, you just centrifuge and get all this stuff here. Grand. So I guess we'll do it here then. So centrifuge, you're filling with power slowly. Export out, and we'll just make sure this guy's set up correctly. So monazite, you'll create all this stuff here. Export out the monazite dust. Okay. And you'll auto-eject it out into this interface. All right. And you should start spinning up. Yes, but we're not producing enough power currently because I have this cable disconnected downstairs. Or you're still getting power somehow. Ah, okay. So neodymium, yttrium, and cadmium should be produced now, which is good. Let's see what we need to do next. So polyvinyl chloride. We need hydrochloric acid and acetylene, which we're getting right now. So that needs to go in another chemical reactor. I don't have that set up here, do I? No. So we need to set that up probably just right here. So export out. You are going to be making us the vinyl chloride. Okay. These 2 things, export it out. And you'll just go into an interface then. Probably a lot more acetylene, but that should be that made. And then that is just made over in what then? The vinyl chloride needs to be mixed with chromium or chrome tiny dust. And I definitely don't have that set up over here. That's ethylene, styrene, butane, water, electrolyzing. Of course, I had this set up somewhere else. Oh, yeah, I have 2 of them here. Okay, if we have 2, we can remove 1 for something different. So, chemical reactor. You're not meant to fill with water. You are going to be making this. Oh, we ran out of flight. Okay. And you will just then auto-eject it out to the right. And that's essentially polyvinyl chloride made. And then once we make some, that will be exported into this slot right here. And then we'll be able to make ourselves the next tier of circuits. All right, so now that we're at the point now, we need to start upgrading our power. So I'm actually just going to start off with these simple generators. Fast and Furious 2 Revenge, okay. And we're going to set these up down below where these guys are right now. Currently we have 2 million FE in the system, which should be enough to keep this thing running for a second. But I'm going to be changing these out for the generators, and I've requested 10 of them. Oh, they're going to take a while. Or maybe not. I think what we're just waiting on is the speed of the assembler, because every time a new recipe gets put in, it just has to spin up from the very start. So that's why a bucket of lubricant right here can give this thing a bit of a boost. Yeah, now they're coming in. Right, so that's all 10 diesel generators. So is that going to produce, how much power is this going to produce us now? So theoretically, this should produce us 10,240 EU a tick. And currently, how many steam turbines do we have right here? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 5, so 25 of them. And each one of these guys produce 5, 12. Oh. It turns out these guys are actually going to produce more than just 10 diesel generators. 10 diesel generators was what? 10,000 EU? All 25 of these steam turbines are producing upwards of 12,000. So maybe I should get myself 25 of these guys. So let's double our power up to 20,000. Now, the only thing is the amount of fuel we're going to have to keep. Like right now, steam is free, but the fuel does require power to be made. So that is something we're going to have to consider and make sure we're producing enough diesel to keep these guys fueled. Well, let's just swap out 10 of these guys here at least for the diesel generator. All right, and we just want to make sure we point the power output up the way. All right, so the cables did connect. Good. And then right here, we're probably going to have to come up with a new connection. Let's grab out a new interface. We'll probably go with the extended one. And we'll just connect this up temporarily right here. This shouldn't connect to anything. And in here, we want ourselves our diesel. And actually, I think, can't we actually make this thing better? Boosted diesel. What's the difference? This produces 400. Fourth infused diesel? Fortron. Yellow cake uranium. Boosted diesel. How do you get... Okay, it doesn't show us how to get that. But the boosted diesel is just diethyl ether, which is acrylic acid and ethanol. Yeah, we're not going to bother with that right now. So just regular old diesel should do. All right, and then we'll just hook these up like this and extract. And these guys now are running. They only managed to get 23 buckets each. That's all the diesel we had. But they should be producing way more power now. Right, let's see if we can hook up the quantum entangleporter back up. Energy input. It's going to take it all. And yes, there's still power being built up in the cable. That's good. Let's go see now if we can keep our fuel filled up. Everything here is back online. And yep, you're off and running. So let's just get you boosted up so you're running at the max. Good. We want the naphtha being made as fast as we can. Good. And then the sulfuric version. Okay, we want this is going as fast as possible. And then we want to make sure that we're processing up all that steam cracked naphtha as fast as possible. And then all that will just go up in here to be mixed. And we'll boost you up as well. And hopefully with that, we should have almost fully sustainable fuel and power. And since it's more power than we were needing before, or we're producing more power than we had before, we should be in a better place. Yeah, you can see the cable's still filling with power. This entire cable system I have can actually store internally nearly over 2.2 billion FE. So we've got a good backup of power. The only issue is with these cables, if you break any of the cables, it deletes all the power in the network, which is disappointing. And I don't think these guys, yeah, these guys are just filling a battery, which then this is going into this setup here. Right, so all we have to do is wait for more of these to be generated, and as long as we're producing more diesel than we're consuming, we'll be perfect. Doesn't look like we're at that point yet. Okay, everything does seem to be keeping up now, so the only thing we really need to do is just upgrade all of the machines. And now that we have the polyvinyl chloride coming in at a large amount, we actually have quite a bit of it coming in now. Nearly 50 buckets of it in the system, and another 16 already here. So we should be able to make ourselves the next tier of upgrades, which is the turbo upgrade. I already made one, but I want to craft myself at least another 60. So that way then we'll have enough for a main one, which is going to be the shale oil production. Because then we just need to make sure we keep up with the sulfuric naphtha. I had a ton of light fuel, steam crack light fuel, so I'm just running this through the distillery at the moment. But I will be swapping that back for the steam crack naphtha now in a bit. Just need a ton of these upgrades. Because if we look in here, a full stack of the advanced ones overclocks it to 142. And a whole stack of the turbo ones now brings up to 198. So yeah, this is going way faster now, which is exactly what we want. I just hope we can keep up with the shale oil production. We do seem to be on a stable number. Are we actually going up? No, we're definitely losing some, but it's not that big of an issue. It's kind of staying the same. So maybe in just a second oil drilling rig might be good enough. All right, everything seems to be going perfectly now. I ended up adding 2 more distilleries. This one's just doing more shale oil, and I actually ended up swapping back the naphtha here and then swapping the steam cracked light fuel to this one instead. Because we were out of ethyl benzene, which is what we get from the naphtha, so we needed more of that. But now we're pretty much in a state where we can actually just go straight up and make the new processors. So this guy right here required the cadmium, but the only thing we're missing right now is the platinum plates. So platinum, even though we are grabbing a ton of it, or making a bunch of the dust, we currently aren't cooling it down fast enough, which is a slight problem. We only have the one vacuum freezer here that's cooling down everything, but as you can see, it's just not fast enough. So we are definitely going to need to upgrade this guy to cool things a lot faster. But also looking at it, the next tier of advanced upgrades, it's going to be the highly advanced version. So this is going to require the turbo ones we made, but it's also just going to require the processing board. So I think everything in here is more or less available to us. Yeah, we just need the new processing unit. So we just need to cool down some platinum first. So let's just grab out some platinum and then just swap it out in here just to get it cooled down. And actually, let's see if we can make ourselves more turbo upgrades. So give me out like another 100 of these. Why can't you... There we go. I think all the paper we're currently making should be staying in the system more or less, but I think I'm actually exporting it out into a chest up here for our Liberian villagers to be able to buy it. Oh wow, we're actually out of paper? No way. Wait, network booting. Oh, we're having power issues again. Okay. Even though all the diesel generators are still full of fuel, I guess they're still not producing enough power because of these mechanism machines. That's probably what's going on. And actually, to stop myself from breaking the cable, I should be able to just disconnect it here. Nope, that still deleted the power inside. Okay, never mind. But that should have fixed that there now. I'm only doing this right now so I can grab more of these different alloys, but I can figure that out later. And probably just need even more diesel generators. And actually, we should be able to make the big diesel generator now, just before we end. Because if we look up the generator, the only thing we were missing... Oh, highly advanced. No, we can make those now. Okay, we can make the highly advanced versions. We have tons of the titanium, and I think we have a good bit of chromium as well. Keep saying chromium, but it's just chrome. Oh, it is chromium. Never mind. Yeah, so we have a ton of that still being made. Let's go speed up our production of the upgrades and see if we can get even more things cooled down. And actually, I think right here, this guy is exporting out the platinum plates to make platinum wire. So if we look up platinum again, yeah, we do have 10k fine wire, which is what this guy here is making. So I think for now, let's just stop exporting out the platinum plates and let it build up in the system, and then we can worry about the wire later. Actually, does this platinum wire have a use? The platinum cable? No, it doesn't have a use. Okay, so we actually can just leave that turned off for now, and if we need more of the fine wire, we can just turn it on. Okay, so a full stack of turbo upgrades. This should jump from 139 to 195. And yeah, that's definitely cooling it down way faster. But it'll even go even faster once we get the next tier of overclockers. Well, yeah, that should get us enough platinum plates for a few things. Let's put those in there, and let's see if we can make our processors now. So, request me 10 of these. We need 27 plates. Let it just cool down a bit more. Where am I making my platinum plates? You're making emerald plates? What is emerald plates used for? I have a 7,778 of them. I don't think they actually have much of a use. Oh, they're used for the memory management units. Never mind. So where is my platinum coming out? Must be over here then. No? Then where am I making platinum plates? Is it the bending machine? No. Wait, where am I making... Is it this one? Oh, it's this one here. Okay. So we can speed you up, actually. Let's give you some of the advanced upgrades that we just got out of the vacuum freezer and get you making a ton of platinum plates now. So with that, we should be able to make our processor now. Craft me... Yeah, I didn't think we could make 100 of them. Make me like 40? Nope. Can we make at least 20? Yes. And that should all be crafting upstairs now in the assembler. Yep, it's crafting those. Let's speed it up. And yep, we got our cadmium batteries. Cadmium is actually something we're actually getting quite fast now. cadmium, 24,000 of it already. It's only been like a couple of hours since the last cut. Yeah, this is making quite a bit of cadmium for us. It's amazing. And also, with that, we also get yttrium. And that yttrium, I think, goes in a mixer, yeah, with neodymium and anneal copper, with a little bit of iridium. And that will make us our superconductor dust, which needs to go through the EBF. And that's all we need then for making ourselves our gravity chest plate. Unfortunately, we're out of time now, so I'm going to try and figure out the generators before next episode so we don't have any power issues. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell while you're at it then as well. So, without any further ado, goodbye.